Hey there, Tim O'Donohue with Relationship Store. I'm back with 10 more things you can do at home during this COVID-19 lockdown. So, first, I'm going to say apparently we're getting to a really critical time in this whole pandemic, and so you may be getting directions to stay inside even more often, but not sure about that, so not causing alarm. But I wanted to get to the list, and the first one involves going outside. So, going outside and getting some exercise is a great idea and something you should do. And so, number one on our list of 10 things you can do during the lockdown is go to the forest preserve. As of now, they're still open and they might still be. I'm not saying I know anything about them closing or not, but go for a walk. Get in touch with nature. Listen to the birds chirp. Feel the ground beneath you. Just get out in nature and take a walk. It'll bring you some peace and a moment of stillness and joy. So that's number one. Number two is build something. Why not build, speaking of a nature idea, build a birdhouse. And if you're home with your family and maybe you've never built something like this before, you can get all the parts of it. You can buy a kit or you can buy just the wood and make it yourself and do it step by step. If it's something that you've never done before, maybe set a goal to do a certain amount of time each day on building the birdhouse, and everyone can get involved and do just a little piece at a time, and over time you would have it done. So that way it might seem less of a big job, if that makes sense. Number three is draw or paint a family masterpiece. Why not get some of that big paper poster board or other sort of paper and get everybody to do a scene. Like you could do 4 different scenes if the 4 of you or however many there are, or just do one large picture where everybody does a part and it's all part of the same scene. Maybe your neighborhood or maybe you're inside your home or whatever it might be. So that's number 4. Or that's number 3. Number 4 is paint some inspirational rocks. So maybe in your walk in the forest preserve or just outside, you can find some small stones, take them and paint on them. You can paint pictures, you can paint words. A great idea is why not write some words like love or hope or faith on them, and then on your next walk in the forest preserve, leave those stones out for someone else to find, and that might give them a moment of happiness too. So paint these rocks. You can also be creative. Paint mandalas, which are like geometric shapes that you can actually do in different colors and paint those on the stones, and you could leave those on the trail as well. Okay. Number 5, we all need to laugh during this time. I think it's important to laugh, and do that with people that you love will be great. So why not reenact the show? It was a show called Make Me Laugh. And so what it was contestants would sit and somebody else, a comedian, actually 2 comedians would take turns trying to make that person laugh. And so why not recreate that at home? Play Make Me Laugh. Put a timer on. Everybody gets a certain amount of time, be it a minute to make the contestant laugh, and whoever makes them laugh first wins. And then you can switch orders with that. So that's number 5. Number 6 is actually an idea that my dad, who's now deceased, but he used to love to have different games that we played when we were kids, and one that I always remember that I think would be a lot of fun, especially if you have a larger family. It's called obstacle course. So now what I would do is I would pick, it's got to be someone who hasn't seen this video, and maybe the person with the best sense of humor, because it's kind of a little trick on them. And what you do is you pretend you're picking someone randomly and say, hey, we're going to do obstacle course. Who wants to be the contestant? Get that person to volunteer, and then everybody else is in on it. What you do is you set up obstacles in a certain room in your house, like arrange the chairs in a certain way, put things, toy boxes or plants, lamps, different things around on the ground so that they can see it. And the goal is going to be, you're going to give them directions as they're looking at it to step over, say there's a chest that you put out there, you got to step over that. Maybe they have to crawl under the chair. Maybe they have to go around something else. So you tell them what the plan is, what they need to do, and then you tell them you have a minute, or maybe give them 2 minutes to memorize the layout, because we're going to take you in the other room, we're going to blindfold you, then you have to come back and from memory do the things we told you. Okay, so now here's where it gets fun. Have one person take them in the other room, blindfold them, and as they're waiting, the rest of you in the room where the obstacles are set up, move everything out of the way. So you've got just a blank floor, and then watch them as they go through it blindfolded, thinking they're being really successful at the obstacle course when really there's nothing on the floor. And videotape it, because I think that person would get a good laugh out of it when you're done. Okay, so that was a long one, but that's number 6. Number 7, with Easter coming up, why not paint Easter eggs? Get some eggs, get some the paints, paint them. You know, it'd be a great thing to do. Get, for those of you who do it regularly, get back to a sense of normalcy, and those who have never done it, why not try it? And even if you don't celebrate Easter, you can try that. And along that lines, I had the idea for number 8 is why not do a research project? Have everyone pick a different major religion of the world, maybe one you're not familiar with, do a little internet research, and then have everyone come together and each person gives like a 5-10 minute whatever minute report to each other on what they learned about that different religion. So that would be informative. Number 9, learn acupressure. You can go on YouTube or other sites. I know I recommend YouTube a lot, but just find a lot of stuff there. Find out some simple acupressure techniques, and there's some very simple ones where you just you're pressing on certain points of your wrist or your hand, or even other places, the back of your head. So find out some simple tips there, and that's something one of you can do and maybe teach to the rest, or you can all do together. That's number 9. And number 10, along the lines of laughing and enjoyment, and this is something I added to the list today. I just heard about it. There is, in the city of Chicago, where I'm from, there is a singing cab driver. He sings when he picks you up for a ride, and it's a great joy for people that ride with him. He's been obviously not having much business, so he created a YouTube site where he does his songs, and he's creative. So go to YouTube and find the singing taxi cab driver and enjoy. So, Tim O'Donohue, 10 things you can do during this COVID-19 lockdown. Be good to each other. Love and peace to all. God bless. Thank you.